When starting a project, the first thing to do is to create a cover page. The cover page can be created manually or you can use the wizard as shown. Unless directed specifically, mostly you can choose what text to use on the cover page. Using headers and footers gives a finished and professional look to the pages. Although you enter the information only once, the information in the header and footer appears on every page. Use the Tab key to move across to the center of the page and Tab again to move to the right. Make the text bold and then place a bottom border under the text to finish it off. When you scroll down, you will see that you are still in the header and footer area of the page. You can click in the footer and enter more information there. Inserting a page number means that every page will be automatically numbered. Again, use the Tab key to move across. This time a top border will be used. If you double-click anywhere in the middle of the page, you will be on the main page instead of the header and footer area. A quick way to re-enter the header or footer area is to double-click on either one. Another way to exit the header or footer is to select the close icon at the top right. A table of contents displays the main headings of the document and shows relevant page numbers. The table of contents will typically be found on the second page directly after the cover page. To demonstrate how it works, we will first go to the third page and enter the first heading. We then apply the heading 1 style to this heading. To create a second heading, we go to the next page and repeat the process. With these two headings in place, we will go back to the second page and insert the table of contents. The two headings appear in the table of contents with the relevant page numbers shown. We could have inserted the table of contents before creating the headings. We could simply update it after we enter the headings. A subheading will appear differently to a main heading in the table of contents. We can use the Heading To style to create the subheading. A vital part of any academic project is to reference the source of all information that is not your original creation. In this case, we will use and reference an actual quotation gleaned from a website. Because we are using a direct copy of some text, we need to place quotation marks at the start and at the end of the text. When we copy text from the internet, it is likely that the text will be formatted differently from our text. We can make it similar by copying the format from some existing text and paste the format on the new text. It is vital to insert a reference to show where we sourced the quotation. We need to return to the source website to find the information to enter in this screen. In many cases, not all the information will be available on the site. Just leave those sections blank. When all the available information is entered, click on OK. You will see a small reference in brackets at the end of the text where the cursor was. The full details will appear in the bibliography at the end of the document. If we use information that we found on a website but did not use word for word, we still need to reference the source. We can add this new reference into the bibliography. Pictures that we pull from the internet must be referenced also, as shown. Keep in mind that any pictures we find on the internet have copyright, and we absolutely must reference the source at all times and not use the pictures commercially. To correctly reference a picture, we must enter the actual web page and not reference the Google page where we found the picture. Enter the FIG number, a brief description of the picture and the reference as shown. Finally, we must address the introduction and conclusion sections of the project. The simplest way to differentiate between the introduction and the conclusion is to think of the introduction as the state of your knowledge prior to your research, and the conclusion as the state of your knowledge following your research. Start your introduction with something attention-grabbing. This can be a startling fact, an interesting anecdote, or a relevant quote from an expert. Then provide your readers a little background or basic information about the topic you are covering. Start with the broader subject and lead your readers to your specific topic. After providing your readers with some background, outline what you are going to discuss. Lay out your main points and arguments, preferably in the order in which you are going to discuss them. The conclusion is the final paragraph of your project. A strong conclusion aims to tie together the essay's main points, show why your argument matters, and leave the reader with a strong impression. Your conclusion should give a sense of closure and completion to your argument, but also show what new questions or possibilities it has opened up.